What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. So in this guide, we'll be talking about situations where you or your opponent is boxed in and what you should be doing, whether it's using the edit feature or just making smart decisions. Now, one more thing I want to mention is that I do want to start making a live commentary series onto the channel. Not really live, but I will upload full gameplay that I've commentated as I'm fighting. So it would be cool for you guys to hear what I'm planning on doing in each and every situation. Let me know if you guys would enjoy that. Also, the V-Bucks giveaway is still going on, so make sure to visit the link in the description to enter. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications as opposed to Amazon gift card code in the comments every time I upload. By turning on notifications, you'll have a way better chance of getting here first and redeeming that code. Anyways, guys, let's get to this guide. So, in this first situation, I jump at it as I heard players up ahead. Really wanted to try getting both kills, and as you guys know, they're most likely weak. I tried sneaking up on these two players, but they saw me, so I had to build right away. Build for that high ground and put on the pressure. Now, I was able to get the high ground, and I actually tried destroying the connection points as this player built. The issue was that there was too many, so my best bet would have actually been to shoot her directly. Built a little more as she was taking shots on me. She ended up boxing herself in, and I tried putting on some shots onto her, and I was able to confirm she had no shields. So I played a little more aggressive before the third player got up to me or just eliminated her instead. She never expected the drop down, and I did end up eliminating her and made sure to box myself in. This is key, especially if the second opponent can get some sort of opening on you. The fight's not over yet. I also placed traps to make sure my opponent's a little more cautious. Placing traps will slow down your opponent, that way he's much more careful around the area. This works very well in houses as your opponent will have to check every single corner before pushing. Now, since there's a big material mess, I decided to drop down lower, as I wasn't sure if someone was down below breaking down the whole structure. I boxed myself in a little lower and just listened for my opponent. This is the best way of getting a heal off, and it's also a great way of catching your opponents in the back with the edit tool. Now, I never expected a John Wick to appear, but he did unfortunately get shot in the back. So, to stop his materials from falling down, place a wall over them just in case you guys end up in these situations. Next, I instantly boxed myself in as I knew there was another player somewhere above. Placed the traps just in case this player jumped over top. Tried using the edit tool again to spot. Now, this player would not stop shooting, and they are actually able to shoot me if I hold the closest wall. So, what you want to do is pre-line up your crosshair in the direction of the shots, and once she breaks the roof, go for the peek out and try hitting a shot. Now, if this player was actually able to shoot me right after breaking my roof, then this is not a good idea as you're in risk of taking critical damage before you can even line up a shot. So, what you want to do is edit your way down to the opposite direction, that way you can avoid this little trap you're in. So, in this next situation, there were 3 players around. I tried pushing one as another one came by, and I made sure to hold the high ground and wall myself up as I spotted for all 3 players. Now, I did get sniped at from the mountain, so there's no way of my opponent's under me to shoot me. So, what you want to do is try eliminating that player out in the distance. That way, he's not able to take any more shots as you continue your fight. You guys have asked multiple times what you should do when you get shot at from someone in the distance. I've explained it before in my previous video, but you want to try taking shots back to do some damage. That way, it gives you more time to continue your current fight. Now, sniping would be your best bet as it can either eliminate your opponent or do a massive amount of damage while still keeping a low profile. So, there's a player inside this box, and I wanted to see if I can get a snipe onto her. Wasn't possible, so I went right back up to the high ground and avoided tunnel visioning as there was still another player around. And the last thing I want to happen is for this player to get above me. So I looked around again and I couldn't spot anyone. Now I could hear a player down below, and once again, surprise editing is a great way of catching your opponents in the back. Edited my way down and waited until she was close. Got a shot off and instantly built a wall to avoid getting shot back at. She ended up making a run for it, so I followed not to allow any sort of healing. Once again, this was another example of playing it safe and an example of using the edit function to catch your opponents in vulnerable positions. Now, I want to show you guys what you should be doing if someone starts shooting at your 1x1 as you're healing. What actually ended up happening here was this player I was fighting boxed himself in down below, probably to get off some heals, and I did the same. Never knew he was next to me, so to avoid taking that damage, you want to place a staircase inside your 1x1. You can use the edit function to open up the stairs and see if you can get a shot off. I didn't have the HP for this, so I only used the editing tool to figure out what he was trying to do. Continued healing, and he tried breaking the wall beside me. Now, keep in mind, I don't have my stairs set in that direction. So what you want to do is flip your stairs towards the wall he's trying to break. Now, if he's causing a lot of trouble, you want to build yourself a few stories above this opponent, and now you can heal up. I never ended up doing this because he tried building himself up, so I ended up staying in the same box to confuse him a little. Now, in this next situation, I tried sneaking up onto my opponent. Wasn't possible as he peeked over my stairs. So, you want to add those walls as soon as possible to avoid taking any more damage. Build yourself above your opponent, and anytime he does a double staircase, you want to see if you can destroy it quick enough to maybe drop him to the ground. Now, he ended up landing onto my platform and got a shot right onto him, so I knew he was low and had absolutely no shield. This is where you keep a close eye onto your opponent, figure out where they are, and the key is to not allow him to heal. Now, if you're ever in a situation where your opponent is boxed in above and you don't have the high ground, simply break the floor they're on and pull out your shotgun, just in case they don't build in time. You'll be able to pre-line up the shot before they can even react. So that was just a situation on fighting players that are healing above. Make sure to break that surface under them to cancel the heal and drop them onto your level. This last situation won't have much to do with the editing. It'll be more of a step-by-step building battle playout. So, two players were fighting each other on the mountain, and I decided to go for the push. One of them did end up getting eliminated, so it ended up being a 1v1. Now, instead of me building towards my opponent, I went right around the mountain to avoid him from spotting my build-up. Anytime you have a chance to block yourself from getting spotted as you're building up, then try utilizing it. Your opponent will be pretty confused on how you got up so high without him seeing you. This is the same thing with the elevator method I talked about a few videos ago, where you build directly up behind the big material mess. That way your opponent has no vision on you as you're building up. So I knew he might be potentially low, and instead of waiting it out, I instantly tried putting shots onto him. The moment he put walls, I built towards him because he might not see me, and I can quickly get towards him without him shooting down my platform. You want to do it quick as you're in a big risk of falling to your death. So now you have to follow your opponent as you're applying the pressure and keeping that high ground. Try spotting for the flash of white light, as it means your opponent just built a new structure. Now, he tried double ramping and had the angle on both stairs. So anytime someone double ramps, if you have the angle on both stairs, then go for the bottom one first, because that's the only one that's actually connected. Now, unfortunately, he was able to connect his second one too, so I had to destroy both, collapse his structure, and I actually cannot believe he somehow survived. Although I knew he was low, so I got right inside his materials and finished him off. So that was a few building battle examples, and if you're ever in these types of scenarios, this can help you guys figure out what you can do to finish off the fight. Well guys, that's it for this guide. Hopefully I've helped some people out, and a like and a sub will be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you on the next one.